Hey fam, we've had Grace Graber on before to talk about her music, but this time we're going deeper. We're talking about mental health, healing, faith, and the real story behind her song, My Favorite Part. You don't want to miss this one. Kingdom Builder starts right now.
Hi, my name is Lachlan.
And my name's Brooklyn, and we're from Southland.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is John Wesley.
Hey, Josh Bissell here.
Hey, this is Jamie McDonald.
What's up? I'm Laverdier.
Hey, it's Leah.
And Brandon with Presence Music Band.
What's up, y'all? This is Seth Schleter.
This is Anya Lee.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Bodie, and you're tuned in to Kingdom Builder.
Yeah, I'd hate for you to leave. Even on days when you feel like you're worthless.
Hey everyone, I'm Mike Laxton with Kingdom Builder, and I want to welcome you to a very special conversation as part of our Mental Health Awareness Month series. Today, I'm honored to be joined by the incredible Grace Graber, an artist whose music and story have resonated with so many, especially those navigating mental health challenges. And whether you're walking through your own battle, supporting someone else, or just curious how music and faith intersect with mental health, we're diving right in today. And again, thank you so much for joining us again on Kingdom Builder, Grace. We're glad to have you.
Such an honor, all the time, like the support that you, Kelly, like everyone gives is pure. I wish everyone did it like you guys. It's amazing. I love it.
Well, we love you. We love your message. We love your music, and definitely your story, which we do want to dive into that a little bit today. But I know we had you on not too long ago. You spoke with Kelly regarding just kind of who you are and your background. Can you just give a brief introduction of sharing yourself to those and what drives your creative mission before we get into the rest of it?
Yeah. A Hawk Nelson song saved my life as a teenager. I was physically and verbally assaulted by other girls in middle school. And I was diagnosed with PTSD at the age of 12 because of that. And I became very suicidal. And a Hawk Nelson song popped into my head right at the right time and told me I wasn't alone. And I am the result of just Christian rock bands doing the thing and loving on people the way they should. So that's kind of my short story. Like that's my little short testimony.
Well, hopefully we can dive in a little bit deeper with that if you're comfortable with it a little bit later. But I do want to talk about one of the. I know you have the song "Better Now" that just came out recently, but one song that I think that resonated with myself as well as my daughter, who had actually sitting. To those listening and watching, you can't see her; she's sitting right next to me. She's listening in, but
Magic.
She'll have a question later. My favorite part, the one that you did with Daniel Spriggs. Love the song. It's such a vulnerable and emotional piece. Can you kind of walk us through, number one, how the collaboration came about, and then and what it means to you personally now that it's out in the world?
No, yeah. I mean, so he DM'd me like in October, November, just like wanting to he like had one song out, I think, wanted to just get connected with people who were in the Christian pop punk realm, and he was like, I can only find you. So he reached out to me, and I was like, man, this guy is talented, and maybe one day I'll work with him. But like in December, he pitched me the song, the chorus line, and man, oh my gosh, it spoke to me. It was like totally up my alley, and he felt very led to like give it to me, and I was like, well, do you want to sing on it? Because you sound good on it. Like, do we want to just do this together? Like, he was fresh, new. And I was like, well, like, I want to support other people who want to be in pop punk music. And so what better way to do that than, collaborate? And so we put it out in the world, and it's been really cool to see how it ministers to people. It's been really cool to know just like that I have that song that is like, okay, if you go now, you're going to miss my favorite part. Like, you're going to miss all that God has for you. It's such an important message. And so it's been one of those songs that like we really like promoted like in the front end really well, but like it's, we've kind of let it sit and live, and it's still reaching people, and it's still working. And very honored to have released that track, or like that even that song is considered like mine. Like it's just crazy. And to now see him as a friend, like to see another friend thrive in that market is like really cool. Like that's what it's all about. Like relationships, genuine friendships. That's what it's all about.
No, absolutely. And for those of you who are not familiar with Daniel Spriggs, just think Panic
Out
at the
Boy.
Disco meets Fall Out Boy in the Christian music
Yeah.
realm, and then you'll like that's I played one of his songs on Heart to Heart for my son in the car, and he's like, wait, is that Panic? I'm like, no. It's like, what? It's a
It
Christian
sounds like
artist. It's
Panic.
like,
No, I
he
remember. I
does,
remember
yeah.
hearing that before it came out, and I'm like, you need to release that. What
And I was like,
the heck?
that's the instant draw, and just I mean, just his super talented, and I'm glad that you guys did a collaboration on that, and I think
I'm so glad
like you
too,
said,
because
it's
he'll be blowing up here soon,
whoop, whoop.
and I got in while I could. No, like it was just yeah, no,
You're like,
like it,
I had him first.
yeah, no, like it's just so cool to be like a part of that like
Yeah.
beginning part and watch him now just soar and
Hmm.
like we did that collaboration and we're friends and so to watch that and now watch him just continue to own it is really cool. So
Yeah, well, we're excited that, and hopefully we'll get to talk to him about a little bit about his
hopefully
music one day.
day,
I know
yeah.
I know we were gonna try to get him on this too, but didn't
I
work out.
know.
But that no worries. Now, being a public figure as an artist, mental health I mean, it's already a hard topic to talk about. So even being out, in the on the public may be a little bit harder. But whatever. I know you mentioned the Hawk Nelson song. Can you maybe share a little bit more details if you'd like, whatever you
Oh
feel
yeah,
comfortable,
yeah.
just some defining moments about that.
Yeah, well, so I was 12 and the way I was bullied was by introducing like these girls would introduce topics and things that were not appropriate for a 12-year-old to know. And so I was traumatized like from learning about self-harm and suicide and and it just like for me it was like well like I don't matter, I shouldn't be here if like the people who love me like or who know me and say they like me want to hurt me, but the people who don't and they're loving me so well, like there has to be something to this. So
Hmm.
that for me was like the biggest, that's how I've discovered who Jesus was by these Christian rock bands just being authentically themselves and being there for me. So
So once you of course you discovered these bands, how else did was that the start of your faith journey, or were you where did it
well,
go
so
from
I
there
grew up
once
in the
you?
church. Yeah, no, I grew up a pastor's kid. I've always loved Jesus. Like that's the crazy part is I've always loved Jesus and I was bullied for loving Jesus.
Mm,
And so it was really eye-opening, but I've always kept my faith. Like the thing that really introduced me to who Jesus was and how he acted was by meeting these rock bands, and that's how I knew like I want to be just like them when I grow up, and if that's who Jesus is, like that's who
hmm.
Jesus is. Like I think it's harder like I've always grown up with Jesus in my life, and so my heart is for the young girls who have grown up in the church for a long time, and for people who haven't too, but like
Now you're making music on your own, and how
yeah.
has that creation of the music helped you not only cope yourself, but also well, yeah, how's making the music yourself help you cope and overcome other mental health struggles? Has that done that for you as well?
Whew, yeah, yeah. So like going from being a teenager, like Hawk Nelson saved my life, and then introduced me to who Jesus was, and I knew I wanted to be just like them. So there's like this really cool like part to this career where it's like I get to do that and be like Hawk Nelson for someone else.
Hmm.
I'm gonna be really honest with you. It is rough. Like doing like this is a lot of work. It's really hard. It's a lot of like disappointment in the background. Like I'm, a public figure and I'm here on and the online thing is really new actually. Like a lot of artists that I've talked to that used to do music stuff back in the day, they never had to be a public figure anything like that. They always could like just hide away and be
Hmm.
private. And like so this whole thing is new and it's hard. Like when I first started my doing music, I was coping in the wrong ways. I was
Hmm.
drinking and smoking and like I fell into this hole of like this attention is like not meant for, I was just starting and I was like, I can't handle this. Like, I can't handle all this attention, all of this buzz. And that was about the time that like I wrote Conversation. I went back on medication. I went back on antidepressants, and that's okay. Like, that's okay. I I went back on antidepressants and I felt like, man, I need to have an authentic conversation about mental health, or else I'm not being authentic. Like, I need to talk more about what I've been through, and like how people, there is hope. And if you can just get help, you're gonna feel so much better, because as soon as I got help, I felt so much better. And like, I'm even learning this in my daily walk too. Like, I just came out of like a really rough season, and like I'm learning like it's okay to not be okay all the time, and it's okay. Like, I had this song called Better Now out, and I was not doing good. Like, I was like, "Oh, how perfect for this song to come out," and I'm here internally struggling with disappointment, and internally struggling with um just keeping up online. Like, for me, it's exhausting, like being, like comparing yourself to other people all the time. And for a while I really was putting my self-worth in that, I'm not gonna lie. And so I'm like healing from that, and I'm still noticing those patterns. And so coming out of a season of like disappointment into realizing like I need to like really get right with myself and like really get help again. And so for Better Now to come out, it was convicting, and like, okay, like, for, my favorite part came out, and like that was amazing. It's so cool to have something really authentic to the topic of suicide. But then it's like you have like a really fun big release like that, and you're like, okay, now what? And you move on to the next thing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like life is getting hard, and oh my gosh, this is a lot to keep up with. And then Better Now comes out, and I'm like, I love Better Now. It's such a fun one. And I'm going to end my shows with it, of course, but also I do not feel better. I do not feel better right now, and I've learned that it's because I put too much stock in trying to make it, and what definition of is it of making it really? Like, I feel like I have made it, but I'm constantly bombarded with things online that remind me that I haven't.
Yeah.
So, it's been really like an interesting season of like really working on my mental health. And this month it's been Mental Health Awareness Month, and I feel like I've just been like, even I've been playing a lot of like local gigs, meeting a lot of people, doing a lot of podcast interviews like this, and like I'm like, I'm getting there. I think I'm finally getting to a place where it's like, okay, I think I can admit like I'm tired, and like I want to get back into serving and not proving, and being a friend and not trying to play the game online. And that's truly what Better Now is about.
Yeah.
Like, it's not about like, I'm better, I'm off my antidepressants, like I'm never going back on them. It's like the verse goes, got tired of the same game with different rules to play, not knowing which one's the right move to make. I wrote that about social media. And like, I've obviously been feeling this way for a long time. And so I think I've finally hit a breaking point where I'm like, you know what? Like, that isn't where my self-worth lies, and I need to take a little vacation. You know what I'm saying? But I try to share all of that because like I know someone else is out there watching me and probably not thinking that. They're probably thinking, "Oh, she's doing great." And like, I am, but it's a lot, like doing the career thing, talking about constantly about what I've gone through. It's an honor. But it's also like, wow, it's a reminder that like God truly, when I let go and let God heal me from things and let God take the lead on things, he moved. And so I'm convicted of that. I'm convicted of like, he's going to move no matter what. And I need to take a deep breath. In honor of everyone else struggling, I need to take a deep breath, be authentic to it, and work on it. Do put in the work now, So there you go.
As someone I know once said, you know, and I quote, I don't give a rip about the numbers. But and now I'm paraphrasing, but if it
God.
touches one person's life, then
Yeah. I know, like,
good job, faithful servant. Yeah.
like I really don't. Like I don't, but it's so hard like
Yeah.
doing this. Like it's
Mm,
hard to be at a public like people can tell how well you're doing by the numbers, or judge how well you might be doing and that's really rough. You're put on like a pedestal of comparison
hmm.
and that's not but I really don't. I really want to save lives and I think that's
Yeah.
what's gotten to me and that's what gets exhausting is when I do get into the pattern. I'm still human. And
Hmm.
I really don't give a rip. I just like I I just I got into a cycle where it was like, oh, maybe I can do this too. Maybe I can, get the hit or do this. And I've done that multiple times in my career. I think I'm just finally understanding the pattern and like getting help for that, like
And I think it's also important that that's where we go back to, hey, this is why we have our faith. This is why we need to take that time to spend time with God, whether it's taking maybe a small sabbatical and be like, let me just spend this time. This is why he gave us the seventh day to rest. So we just put it all to him and be like, hey, let's, restore me, take this day where I can just, relax and rest in you and just put all my cares on you because at the end of the day, he's going to be the one that's going to fully restore us to where we need to be, where he wants us to be. So, I applaud you for the work you're doing because it's definitely, I know for a fact, and I'm sure you've already seen many lives already been changed because of,
yeah,
of what you're doing. And
totally.
so if we were to look at any particular songs, whether they're ones you've written or others, probably let's stick with the ones that you haven't written because Better Now seems to have you kind of went over it with Better Now. Are
Yeah,
there any
better now. I
particular?
mean, it's a beautiful song. I loved it, and like, it's definitely going to be a wonderful high note to end like my shows
Mhm.
with and all of that. But it is one of those where I'm like, oh gosh, yeah, like I'm convicted. Yeah, I
Yep.
don't feel better now, so that means I got to put in more work. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, Grace of God means the world to me. My favorite part means the world to me.
Mhm.
Um, like all of the songs that I pay like tribute to the old bands that saved my life.
Mhm.
Um, I'm really excited about like I'm gonna take a little vacation in June from social media. I'm really excited about my song Run that I have coming out in
Mhm.
July about essentially running back to what really matters and running
Mhm.
back to Christ like the first time you ever met him. And I've actually like that song, I've wrote it 6 years ago before I started
Oh wow.
pursuing music. And it's been a really like we've been through it with this trying to get the song done and it's finally done. And I mean I recorded vocals for it back in 2021, I think. Like and we are just now getting the mix done and just so many life events like that have happened but
Mhm.
like I feel really relieved to have that song done because it really does authentically like I am running back to Christ. Like I am trying to get better. And
Mhm.
I all of this essentially like is going to turn into a project that's going to highlight this season of internal struggle of like when you pursue something that you think will fill you and it doesn't. And so we're gonna end that the year off on that. Like we're gonna put all these songs together on this project that like essentially is like this project of reflection over man, what the things that we value here on earth don't matter. Like it's just gonna
Mhm.
leave you feeling empty. And so I'm really I feel like that's kind of where my energy like Better Now is gonna be a part of that project. And I know it's gonna be a part of that story. It's just like wow, I really want to I want to figure out how to get there, how to get to that part of the story. And that's what we're working on right now. And so I feel like I'm really finding solace, like really finding comfort in like these songs that aren't out yet. Like that's ministering to me, which I
Mhm.
think is just the coolest thing about music is like I'm letting like the songs that I've written that aren't out yet are the ones that are like really ministering to me so that I know how to minister to that, like to others with them. Like I know like what that can do. And so and I want to honor the bands that came before me too. So I want to do it well. And but we might throw a little Hawk Nelson cover in there. Who knows?
Hey, you know what? That'd be good. I know you've covered one of their songs already, so we'll have to see. I was a
I've
huge.
gotten permission. I've gotten permission to do as
I was gonna say
many as I
you've already.
want.
I was like, it's like, yeah, you and Jason did a song together already, so I think you guys are
Oh.
you're and.
I'm gonna tell you this. Like it's been a rough season, but it's still good. And I have the best team, and I've been doing a lot of reflection, a lot of like, how can I continue to do this and do it well? And I was looking back at that when I released that song with Jason and how excited I was and how like this one's for you. This is the one who feels alone on the edge of hope, looking for a reason to know somebody sees them now, like I just want to be that for people. And it's easy to get lost in the noise of like wanting to do that and then also wanting to play the game of the social media. And I'm done, like I'm tired of that. So
Let's look at those who might be, listening or watching right now.
yes.
Well, for those who might feel completely alone in their battle with anxiety, depression, or any other mental health issue, what would you say to them at this point?
Oh my gosh, you are so not alone. You are seen, you are loved. The people who you think you can't reach out to are actually the ones you can. The conversations that you think are going to be the hardest to have will be the most relief that you need to have. It is okay to speak up, to get help, to go on medication, off medication, you name it. You're not crazy. You're not crazy. You're actually really normal. And there are so many different resources. You don't have to do it a cookie cutter way. We can figure out what will work for you. Some things work better for other people. And like I overshare all of this to show you like this life is going to have so many ups and downs. It's not always like woo on a going up, it's not always going to be like that. There are going to be hills and valleys, disappointments, huge life changes that happen that are going to leave you questioning if you even know how to do life at all. Like I think that's like the biggest thing for me is like there's just been so many things happening in the background that it's like, oh my gosh, do I even know how to function? Like, do I even know what I'm doing? No one knows what they're doing. And that alone, realizing you don't know what you're doing and being able to connect with other people on that's going to bring so much like healing and purpose. You're seen, your struggles are seen. I empathize with that because I can sit in it with people knowing what it feels like. And that's what I would say to someone is like, find someone to just sit with, just be there with. And that's what I say. It's so hard when you're in it to feel like you can speak up and have a voice or feel like someone will empathize. I feel like everyone, no one's looking for sympathy. I talked to my therapist about this today, actually. It's not sympathy people are looking for, it's empathy. I had no idea that was two different things. And what I've noticed in my walks of life is like, I don't want people to like sympathize with me and make like feel bad for me at all. Like I just want someone to just sit there in empathy and go, yeah, but like it sucks. You're doing as well as you can. And that's the kind of season I've been in with myself, is sitting with myself and going, you've done the best you can. You've done, and I've been doing great. It's like, oh my gosh, how do I feel this way still? And that's something I also want people to know too. It's like, you can have so many great accomplishments and still feel this way. Just chasing something doesn't mean it's all going to go away. Actually, more problems come when you chase something huge. And so that's something I've learned. And that's what this next project is about, is like learning like, wow, I thought chasing my dreams would make a lot of things go away and make me feel better about myself. Mm-mm. It actually exposed me to a whole different light that made me see the imperfections and realize, wow, I need to get right with the Lord before I continue because
Hmm.
I even though like I still get sad. I still get sad. I still get lonely. I still get depressed. And I get to a place where I'm unable to see all the blessings in front of me. And so you really do have to take a step back and go, okay, we're going to work on her and we're going to figure her out. And I hope that's an example for someone else is like being in it, like as sad as it sounds, like being in it, it's like I can empathize with you that like it sucks. Like it totally sucks and you're not crazy. If you think I'm crazy, then then we are crazy. But if you don't think I'm crazy, we're doing okay. Like you're doing okay.
So for those who, who may, I mean, you kind of touched on this with the empathy part, but for those who like they want to help, but they just don't know where to begin. What do you think that first meaningful step would be to help support someone who's struggling?
Well, I mean, if you're like close to a local church, reach out to a local church. They usually have local resources. There's systems like BetterHelp, the Hope Line. There are online systems that you can get connected with someone who can find you the correct care. If you're not feeling good and you feel like you might be done with life, like you got to call 988. You really do.
Hmm.
You got to talk to someone immediately because if you are feeling that way, that is those are lies. You matter so much. You need to stay. This is what happens when you stay and you fight. What happens is you get to then share your story, impact more people. Like I don't take it lightly that the Lord saved my life at all. In fact, I relate to you were sharing some of your testimony of like if I'm going to do this, I can't I can't just do it halfway. I have to do it all the way in.
Hmm.
And for me, with mental health advocacy and doing music, I got to do it 100% in. And so,
Yeah.
if you're someone who's struggling, you have to figure out a way to stay. You have to, because what happens is you become world changers like me and Mike. Like you become people who can help more people, and it's just a ripple effect. And if God can save my life, I mean, I was literally about to die. Like, if God can save my life, I know He can save yours too. And He's faithful to do it in a way that relates with us.
Hmm.
That's what's so cool about the Lord is He knows exactly what's going to get us so excited and so pumped. Like He knows the conversations that need to be had and the people, and He will open
Hmm.
those doors if you ask too. So like
Yeah.
my first question always is like, do you know Jesus? Like, do you know Jesus? Because he's so good and so kind. And I've seen him over and over and over again in the people who have continued to pour love. I've seen Jesus in you, Mike. I've totally seen Jesus in you. Like people who continue to pour into me at such a I feel like young age is more like I'm like new in music, It's like I see Jesus continuously in the bands that pour into me today.
Hmm.
And you got to find Jesus where you respect people, like where you like, oh, I really want to be like that person. You'll find him there. You really
Yeah.
will. If you look closely, get connected with your church, get connected with people who really do empathize and not sympathize. They're not
Hmm.
sorry for you. They
Hmm.
genuinely want to be in your corner. And I'm lucky to have a team like that, to have people in my life where I can go, yeah, it's been kind of a rough go these last couple of months, and I can sit on their couch and just talk and realize, man, I'm not in it alone though. And so whatever I do from here, I have a whole team of people who are going to love on me and care
Hmm.
about me. So whoever's listening, you need to find those people. It changes your life. So yeah.
That's part of the, the beauty of being, walking the Christian life is that community is part of that, having that, I mean, really accountability in a way too, because you're looking after each other, making sure everybody's okay, making sure they're in the right spot, and I think that's hugely important to get connected, like you said, with your, especially your church, and then those different resources, which we'll make sure we put some of those for those watching and listening. We'll put those in the description as well.
Yes.
But I have a special guest, special friend you got to meet a little earlier, who I didn't briefly mention, who does want to
I
ask you a
love it.
question.
Okay.
So I'm gonna bring Lorelai in on here, and then she'll gonna ask you a question.
I've been waiting for this moment. What's up, girl?
Hi.
Hi, girl. How's it going?
Oh my gosh, good. Oh my gosh. Hi. Okay. Okay. So my question that I've been wanting to ask is what would you tell 12-year-old you, Grace Graver, or today regarding any mental health issues that you would have been having?
You're gonna make me cry because you're like a baby, and like I see me and you. I would tell her, oh my gosh, get ready. Like I would tell her, you have no idea how well the Lord knows you. I'm sorry. Like you doing this is like really trigger. I've been doing a lot of inner child self-healing work and imagining talking to myself. So to be talking to you right now is really huge for me because what I would tell you is like God knows you so well. He knows you so well. And he is going to put the people that you never thought you'd ever get to meet in your life and help you get in front of people to tell your story. He is going to radically change your life. You just need to trust him. You need to allow yourself to be a kid right now. And you need to dream with everything you have and don't stop dreaming, because once God fulfills every single one of those dreams, it will totally solidify that faith. And so that's what I would tell younger 12-year-old Grace is like, keep dancing in the living room when your parents leave. Keep pretending you're in an interview. I pretended people would interview me when I was like young, like I dreamed of being just like the artist that saved my life. And so that's what I would tell her. It's like, you have to stay, because if you don't, you're gonna miss all this, and it's so worth it. It is so worth it. Sorry, I didn't imagine myself crying so much. Oh my gosh. That's what I would tell her. Is that a good enough answer? I don't know what I
Yes, that's
just said. Okay.
That's all.
Do you ever
I
just
loved
black
it.
out sometimes? Like you're just talking and you're like, okay, I don't even know what I said.
Yes, you even got me tearing up.
Yeah. No, what's amazing, like, is like we do have all of this work. Like the trauma that I experienced as a teenager has still to this day impacted me as an adult. Like I don't realize like how I'm triggered by different things, like because of how I was like raised with my brain. Like my parents did such a good job, but it's like my brain like developed differently than other people. Like it developed differently. And so I don't realize what different triggers as an adult, like what happens. And I realize, oh wow, like that's what happened. That triggered me to, and you know what I've learned is like most of the time my adult self is just fighting for my younger self. I'm just fighting for her. I'm fighting for her dream. I'm fighting for her to be seen and to be loved and to have a voice, because I didn't. My dream was always for like Hawk Nelson to be my big brothers, right? And I would watch them on my wall. I would talk to them on my wall, weirdo, but I would definitely talk to the posters on my wall because those were my friends. And now those are the people who are in my life who I get to call up and go, I need advice for this. And they are there. They are my actual physical friends. And I will never forget the moment when I came to Nashville and I was crying. It was Easter. I guess like I'm admitting that I cry a lot now on this podcast, but I was crying because I missed my family. It was Easter, my first Easter in Nashville. And the lead singer of Run Kid Run is my worship pastor. And David Curtis sat right next to me and placed his hand on my shoulder and was just like, I'm here for you, friend. And his music comforted me so much as a kid, to be sitting there and him actually comforting me. I died. I was like, oh wow, this is like really healing. And so I think like something I like, if I could tell you anything, is like honor this part of you. Whatever your dreams are right now, you want to be in the music industry, you got to honor that. Continue your life honoring that, because that is pure like that is pure. Like being a kid is so pure. You have so much innocence, you know? Like just you have to keep that, and you have to keep that excitement and that energy going. And that's what fuels me. That's what keeps me going. That's what, when I have seasons of disappointment like I shared, when I have those seasons, what keeps me going is baby Grace. Like I'm fighting for her, and I want her to be seen. And I hope by me doing that publicly, someone else might do that, you know, and find healing in that. And yeah.
That's so great. Thank you.
Yeah, girl. Oh my gosh, you had me. Oh, I'm gonna think about that moment for a long time. It's like I'm probably write that in my book. I had to sit in front of the, like, you're 16?
I'm 12.
You're 12. Oh my gosh. You're gonna make me cry even more. You're 12. Oh my gosh. No, like, girl, that was when I experienced so much pain, was at the age of 12. And so, like, I don't know what you're going through or what you're gonna go through, but you have so much life ahead, and you are so loved and adored by our Savior. And gosh, so good. Mike, why'd you do that to me?
I guess I can come back now.
Woo! Why'd you do that to me? No, I also want the listeners to know that I'm okay. Like, I do talk about, like, I'm in this weird season right now where I'm trying to figure out my mental health. I'm okay. Like, I just kind of realized, like, I think, like I put my self-worth where Jesus wasn't. And I hope that can be a testimony to someone, and help someone else see, like, and I'm willing to admit that. Like, I'm willing to own up and fess up and go to the Lord and go, I thought I was doing this for the right reasons, but I wasn't, and that's okay. I truly want to get better, and I truly want to help people. I can't help people until, like, I really get, you know, right with like in my own life, and in my own story. So, it's been a wonderful healing journey. I'm definitely, I will be singing better now at the top of my lungs. Definitely. I think it's just kind of funny how God, you know, puts you in a place, and really, like, he goes, yeah, like, by the way, this is gonna be a huge part of your story, and you're like, oh great. Ugh. Like,
What you struggle becomes your testimony, and but I think at the end of the day, that's I think that's the beauty of God's grace, is that He's going to turn what you take as bad, and He's going to turn it for good. And that's I'm just getting goosebumps just thinking about that, because it's like, you know, as I mentioned off earlier, off record, is that, you know, music has changed my life personally in many ways. And, you know, although it's you know, it just has such a power. You know, it's the universal language. It has such an impact. So, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, well, I'm going to listen to this for the music. Like, you know, you may not hear right away, like, what's being told to you, or it's being sung to you, or whatever. It goes in one ear out the other, but subconsciously you're picking up on these things. And, you know, it's when you start to consume positive, fulfilling music, that, and especially music that's going to look back to where our hope is held, your life's going to change. And, you know, it's an amazing thing that how, you know, even from the days of David, God used music to heal people. You know, when David played for Saul and got the demons out, it's like, it's undeniable that happens. So with that being said,
well, I did want to say something about Better Now. Like, I think I just wanted with Better Now, I wanted so much to feel better. Like, I wanted so much to be, like, able to have the triumphant, like, yes, like, I'm off my antidepressants, like I'm better, like God can heal. But then when life gets different and wavy and you realize, ooh, I might need some extra help. I don't know. Like I think, like for me, I realized, wow, I really wanted that, but this might not be the season that I'm in for that. And that's okay. And that's a wonderful thing to demonstrate to the world. Like I will be vulnerable and open up to the world. Like it's like I got off my SSRIs. Like I did great for 6 months and then it was like, okay, wow, maybe that wasn't the right choice in this season. And that is okay. And I'm willing to admit that. And it helps me understand where I'm at personally too. And it helps me grow and do better because I let the world tell me that, like, oh, why don't you talk about Jesus more? Why don't you, why be on your medication? Like, why rely on that? It's like I let the world kind of talk into my ear about, like, maybe I should make my content more positive. Maybe I should make it a little less like, oh, to Christians like me who struggle with their mental health. No. No, that's what it's always supposed to be about. I let the world tell me kind of what they wanted to see, and that ain't what the Lord called me to. So I want to be faithful to that, and I want to get back into what God called me to. So I think that's what's led me into, okay, I need to regroup. I really need to take a step back. And like my favorite part was so healing for me. It was such a healing time. And so to come into out of that healing time and realize, oh wow, there are some gaps. Like this song convicted me of, like, I really want to get back into the ministry of people who are struggling right here, right now,
It's a powerful work you're doing, and again, I think that I appreciate it. Again, you've talked with Lorelai. She definitely loves your music and what and the message behind it. And for those who are watching and listening, take a listen to her music, to Grace's music, because you don't know how it's going to change you. It'll help you. It'll make you. I think in a way it'll help convict you, reflect on, and also reflect on what what life is really all about, and make that and help you get through those times. But if there is one message that someone either listening to your music or just hearing our conversation today would walk away with, what would that hope be?
Oh, you're not alone. Like, I personally am as public as I am about this stuff to reveal to others that they are not alone. I am a fan first. I'm a Christian music fan first. And I remember being front row and I remember listening to the songs. And so, and listening to the episodes, the vlogs they would do, you name it. Like, I remember doing that, and I still do that. And I am living proof that the Lord can take a fan and make a career out of it. And I'm not going to sugarcoat things, Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it just because it sounds good. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to be a friend to those. And that's what, like, you quoting me from the last, like, episode I did. Like, I don't give a rip about numbers, because I really genuinely care about the other person on the other end, and someone needs a friend out there. And I can't be a friend to every single person, but I'll sure try. I will.
And this is this is true. I can attest to that. I know for a fact.
I will, like, and I will be, and I'm committed to being authentic. Like, when you started asking me about Better Now, I was literally in the back of my head, like, I can't lie to this man. Like, I can't like go, yeah, Better Now is about the fact that I got off my SSRIs. And like, no, like, I'm in a season where it's like, okay, like, I think those might actually help me again. And that's okay, and I'm willing to share that, because I want people to understand, like, they're not alone in any of it.
Just kind of wrapping it up again, thank you so much, for Grace, for just sharing your heart with us today, and just your story, just behind your most recent 2 songs. I think it's that honesty that it's going to help break down walls and open up conversations that need to happen, especially not just the church, but everywhere. And, for those, again, watching and listening, as Grace said, if you're struggling, you're not alone. There's help out there. There's hope. There's healing. Let's keep talking. That's why we're doing this series for Mental Health Awareness Month. There's people out there to talk to, people to listen to. If you need to reach out to myself, to Grace, to anyone, we'd be more than happy to get you, point you in the right direction if we, to make sure that you can get the help you need. And at the end of the day, we want to also point back to the truth that our brokenness doesn't disqualify us from the love of God. It draws us closer to the one who heals us. So again, Grace, thank you so much for spending your time with us today. We really appreciate it, and we definitely look forward to having you again here on Kingdom Builder.
Thank you for having me so soon, and for doing something for Mental Health Awareness Month. It's seen, it's valued. Yeah.
No, absolutely. Well, again, you take care now, and we will talk to you next time.
Thank you.
Huge thanks to Grace Graber for being so open and real with us today. Her story and her music are making such an impact. If this conversation spoke to you, go ahead and like, share, and drop us a comment below. And check out those links in the description for more on Grace, including how to connect with her and explore her powerful music. And until next time, this is Mike Laxton reminding you to keep Christ first in your lives, and everything else will fall into place.